Good morning and welcome to Green Dragon Radio. The sun is out and we're all feeling cheery. Not only is the weather a reason to smile, so is the fact that you can hear this show on both the Wive and One blog and directly on YouTube. Today I'm joined by Riley Trump, Joshua, Ryan, Ansel and Janet, pupils from Year 6 and Year 5. It is Wednesday the 16th of May 2012 and here's what's making the news this morning.
Francois Hollande becomes the Prime Minister of France.
Rebecca Brooks, former editor of the News of the World, has been charged with an offence in the phone hacking scandal.
Manchester City celebrated winning the Premier League with hundreds of thousands of fans and on the streets of Manchester.
A US town in New Jersey has banned texting and walking. People found to be texting whilst walking will be fined.
A recent report into football has found there has been a real inequality in money earned by female players compared to their male counterparts.
Thank you, Janet. So today we will tackle the gender divide. To give you some figures, Rachel Yankee, who's a vastly experienced Women's England international with 117 caps, earns around £16,000 a year directly from football. Whereas Wayne Rooney and many other England players earn that same figure in a day or less. So what do we think about the pay divide? Joshua, what's your opinion on this?
Well, I think it's fair because the men's team's rank is better, therefore they should get paid more. But at the same time, I don't think it's fair because they both play for the same team and both teams' players are professional players.
Ryan, what's your thoughts?
I think that it is fair because men's football is on TV all the time, so they receive lots of sponsorship money. This money helps to pay their wages. The women's team practice less, so they should be paid less. I think women's football should be on TV. This will inspire children.
Riley, do you agree?
No, I don't agree because girls are just as important than boys. It might be that boys are on telly all the time, but that's not with to do with their sponsorship because girls get sponsorship too. If people start filming the girls and make them worldwide, then they will get the same amount.
I think it's right that many players should get paid than women because they train more harder than girls, and they deserved it because they work harder. And girls, well, they don't go on TV and everything, and so the viewers give that amount of money. That's why they get paid more.
Ansel, what do you think?
I think that women should be paid less. Not fair because they both play the same game. Women's football should be on TV to inspire children. Then they will be able to be paid more.
Okay, so there seems to be an agreement, apart from Riley, who disagrees, that the pay gap is equal. Or it's not equal, it's fair. The question I have to ask you, lots of people have said that they think that men work harder than women, train harder. Why do you think that men train harder than women when it comes to preparing for a football game? Ryan?
Because they have more fans to watch them, so they like being watched everywhere.
Joshua?
Because you see, they train harder. Because they have to, otherwise you see, so basically the same reason as Ryan, because the crowd will boo them and they'll get paid less because they're not going to play because they're not playing good enough, so they have to train more than girls because less people go to see girls than people go to see boys. So.
Janet?
Well, because the boys, they've got more matches than the girls, and there's a World Cup coming up soon, and it's for girls, there's not really much like matches and everything. So like the tickets, you know, it won't be the same amount for men. So that's why men like it's just like a men's sport basically for just for boys. Football. That's what I think.
Okay, so we're back to this thing of that there's more people that come to watch football, watch men's football than women's football. But does that necessarily mean that men then have to train harder? I think do people who not go to women's football then expect women to play well and perform? Does that generally mean just because you've got people coming to watch you that you're going to try harder than people who don't have people coming to watch you? Riley, what's your thoughts?
No, because you should always play good, because it doesn't matter if like the Queen was coming, don't mean play extra hard, because you should always play good no matter what you do.
What?
I think like you should like try a bit harder, because then, like Joshua said, the fans will boo you and your manager won't be very happy.
But I think I think they should pay as well the same amount for girls and men, because they like represent a land, a country, so they should get paid equally, because they represent like us and like in different countries and everything, so they should get paid equally.
You look like you're dying to say something on this matter.
What I personally think what Riley said was completely wrong, because if you are, say, a professional footballer and the Queen came round to the stadium just to watch you and your team play, would you play harder than a normal match?
Riley, he's asking a question there. Would you play harder, or would you try more if the Queen was there to watch you, as opposed to just playing on a normal time?
But you would try harder, because obviously she's royalty, but like if it was, you wouldn't play less a different match, like you'd play, I know like, the Queen's not in question anymore, you'd play harder, you'd play normal, but if the Queen's coming, if like something really special's coming, then play extra hard.
I have a point to say perhaps on this, or to ask you. Is that then not people not showing professional, what's the word? They're not showing professionalism. Surely, if you're a professional sports person, or not even a professional sports person, every time you go to play, you try your very best. I couldn't imagine why you wouldn't try. You'd try less harder, or that's the word. Try less than you would if the Queen wasn't there. But surely you have that drive enough to want to try your best every time. Ansel, what do you think?
I think yes, because you still want to win the league, so if you didn't play hard, then you wouldn't really get a chance. You get one chance to really play football.
Well, I think that it doesn't really matter about if you're a woman or a male, and even if like the Queen comes, you should always play your best standard, even if she's not there, because you're going to represent your country, your homeland, so you should always, represent like that you're proud of your country when you come from.
But you're talking about that, say part of the league, it doesn't, because like you can't make it into the Champions League or anything, or so you rest your players for the game, or no, you play them, but you play them at a lower standard, because you want them to rest. And say there's a cup, like a tournament, like a final match coming up, you'd want to make them play their better standard in big games than lower games.
Okay, we have to move us on slightly here, because we are always pushed for time on this show. My last question to you is, let's get back to the money that's earned. So what we're saying is that Rachel Yankee, or an England international female, gets paid £16,000 for the whole year. So that's the whole year, and they have to have second jobs to supplement their income. Whereas Wayne Rooney earns that £16,000 say, in the length of time we have a school day. So the moment you come into school to the time you end the day, he's earned around £16,000 just through his ability to play football. So that's not any sponsorship he receives from his club. Do you think that sort of money is right to be paid to someone? Ryan?
I think yes, because like they are like a professional footballer, but like I don't think if they do like something bad like what John Terry did, then I think they should be paid less.
Okay, Joshua?
I think they should be paid that amount of money, like the money that the women should be paid it as well, because they're both professional footballers and they play to their highest ability when they need to.
Lots of words there, Riley. We'll come back to you. Janet?
I think it's wrong because Wayne Rooney, he's like one person, he lives in his own house and everything, and he's just gonna waste the money on rubbish or anything. And the Rachel Yankee, she's got like children and she needs to feed stomachs for her children, herself and her husband, and she needs to like provide them for everything. So I think it's just a waste for Wayne Rooney.
Riley, are you ready? You've formulated that thought of yours?
Well, all these countries that need money because they've got no food or anything, instead of giving all the money to all these people that just play football and get sponsor money anyway, give it to the countries that need food, people dying.
Okay, Joshua, I can see you're desperate to say something, but unfortunately we've run out of time for the show today. It's a very, very great issue, and it's been really interesting to hear your opinions on this. So I'd like to say thanks to my studio guests.
It's okay.
Thanks, Ryan. And we will be back next week discussing a different news topic with a different set of children. Look forward to speaking to you next week. Okay, bye.